So in our last video, we discussed about how we can use while loop. We create a table generator and all. Let's understand now a concept here is a nested while loop. Now we have a concept called nested while loop. Okay, let's see what is nested while loop. Okay. So a nested while loop is nothing but while loop inside while loop is called nested while, just like nested if inside if. Same way, while loop, while loop inside while loop inside while loop is called a nested while loop. Okay. Now, so suppose if I have this while loop here, inside that again I have a while loop, again I have a while loop. This is called nested while loop. Okay. So let me tell you one example for that. Okay, so that you can easily understand what exactly I'm talking. So the first thing is suppose I want to print a star. Okay. So how we can print a star? We can just do it like this. Let me do the same ideally here. We comment it out. Okay, and now here. So I just want to print star here. That's it. Let's run this code and you can see the output here, one star. Okay, now the next thing is what if I want to print a 4 star like this? Okay, this is what I want to print. In this case, it's very simple. We can just copy it for 4 times. Or because you can see, we are just repeating the same statement again and again. Okay, so we can apply a loop also. So let me use your while loop. I'm using here 4 times, no? So a is equal to 1. I want to repeat the statements until the value of a becomes smaller than 5 or is more than or equal to 4. Any statement condition you can apply. So a is smaller than 5. Okay. So until this condition, I want to repeat this statement. And because I want to go from a to a1 to 5, so a is equal to a plus 1 incremented by 1. Run this code and you can see we have 4 times stars here. Okay. We already discussed that how actually it works. Now the point is, what if I want to print my star like this, not in the different line, but I want to print all these star into a same line. So in this case, let me define you it one more time. Suppose, let's see how it actually works. So in A, we have 1. While the value of A is smaller than 5, yes, 1 is smaller than 5. True. If true, it execute whatever inside it. So the first thing is print star. Okay, cursor is in next line because by default internally end is equal to slash and we already discussed that thing. Okay, cursor is in next line. A is equal to a plus 1. That means now the value of a becomes 2. Again, it repeats the same statement until the given condition satisfied. So 2 is more than 5, true. If true, print star, cursor is in next line and so on up to 4. But the thing is, what I want, I don't want to go in the next line. I want to print all these tied to a same line. So in this case, what exactly we can do here? We can just override the value of end. We already know how we can do this. So end is equal to, by default here we have slash n. I just need a space here. That's it. Run this code and you can see all these start into a same line. We already discussed that thing when we learned print. Hope you remember. Okay, so now we have this pattern. What if I want to create this particular pattern? Okay, suppose I want to create this kind of pattern by using while loop. So you can see here, we already have this thing. When we repeat this whole thing for 1, 2, 3 times, that means we are able to get the pattern, no? So let's repeat this whole thing for 3 times. So Control C, V, and V. Okay, let's run this code. But you can see all these things are in same line. Why? Because every time we have end is equal to same line. We are not going in the next line, no? So after every 4 star, I want to go in the next line. So I'm using a print. In print by default, n is equal to slash n, no? Here also, let's copy it and paste it after every 4 star. So first we have 4 star, then again print 4 star, then again in next line 4 star. But the problem is, you can see we are repeating this whole thing for 1, 2 and 3 times. What is the use of this one? So let's remove everything. Okay. And let's repeat this whole thing for 3 more times. And that we can do by just using a while loop, no? So while. So here I'm using this whole thing I'm going to repeat it for 3 times. So I'm using here b is equal to 1 while the value of b is smaller than or equal to 3, because I want to repeat it for 3 times. This whole thing I want to repeat it. Okay, this is what exactly I want. Okay, this whole thing I want to repeat. Okay, so let's see now. Increment the value by 1 also. So b is equal to b plus 1. That's it. Run this code. And you can see that we are getting the same pattern here. Why? Because I'm using the same while loop. Now you can see here. While loop, inside a while loop is called nested while loop. So here we have a while loop which is inside this outer while loop. And that is basically called nested while loop. Okay, as you can see, this is how easy it is. Okay, so I hope you are able to understand this one. Now, let me tell you the dry run code for that. Okay, so first of all, we have b is equal to 1. So while b is smaller than or is equal to 3, true. If true, it executes whatever inside it. Okay. Now, one thing you need to remember, and we discussed that thing in our previous control statement classes also, that if this condition is true, then only you are able to check the internal condition. If the outer condition is false, you are unable to check the inner condition. Doesn't matter it is true or false. Okay. So true, so that you can execute whatever inside it. Now, a is equal to 1. Okay. While the value of a is more than 5, true. If true, it execute whatever inside it. So print star, cursor is in the same line after one space. A is equal to a plus 1. That means a becomes 2. Okay, it repeat the whole thing until this given condition satisfies. So 2 is more than 5, true. If true, print star, cursor is in same line, a is equal to a plus 1, which becomes 3. Again repeat. 3 is more than 5, true. If true, print star, cursor is in same line, a is equal to a plus 1, which becomes 4. Again, 4 is more than 5, true. If true, print star, cursor is in same line, a is equal to a plus 1, which becomes 5. So 5 is more than 5, false. If false, we are out of this block. And then we got a print. Print means cursor becomes in the next line. And then b is equal to b plus 1. The value of b becomes 2 now. Okay, so it execute the whole thing again. B is more than 3, true. True. If true, again execute this whole thing. Again a is equal to 1. While the value of a is more than 5, print star for 4 times. So star 4 times. Again it got this print, cursor is in next line. B is equal to b plus 1. This time b becomes 3. Again repeat the whole thing. 3 is more than or equal to 3. True. If true, again 4 times star. Print, so cursor is in next line. B is equal to b plus 1, which becomes 4. Again, 4 is smaller or equal to 3. This time it is false. If false, we just go outside the block and it prints the whole pattern. Okay. So I hope this part is clear how actually while loop works or nested while loop works. Okay. Now in the next videos, we'll understand some more patterns of while loop. Thank you.